Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to change the controls on your FZ09, but this applies to, well, pretty much every bike out there. The fine details are going to be a little bit different here to there, but basically it's just turning a couple bolts, maybe a couple nuts, disconnecting a couple cables, and swapping stuff out. Now I'm putting in a set of these Giles Tooling Yamaha branded controls. These are directly for this particular bike, and these are high quality. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They are extremely overpriced, I have to say, and the only reason I went with these is because I got a huge discount off Yamaha parts when I bought the bike. If I was just shopping for these on my own to add onto a bike later on, I would probably go with a less expensive brand. However, I would still go with a high quality brand, not cheap Chinese stuff that you find on eBay and Amazon for literally $5 or $10. I would definitely be spending at least $50 on a good set of controls for each lever. Now, what makes this different from what's on the bike? Well, a couple things. One, most importantly, it's adjustable. For whatever reason, some bikes, I think it's just to get you to upgrade, don't give you any adjustability on one or both of the levers. On this particular bike, they do give us adjustability on the brake, but not the clutch. And what that means is you are stuck with whatever reach they give you. There is no way to adjust this to a closer reach if it doesn't particularly fit you, which it doesn't for me. On my other bike here, they do give you adjustability on both levers. So there's absolutely no need functionality-wise to change these out. You would only do it then for aesthetics. And that's the other big reason people put on different controls is aesthetics. You can change the colors, obviously. I went with these in black. That's all they're offered for as a direct factory part, but many other brands come in many other colors. They're usually anodized aluminum. They also have different types of features. As far as the adjustability goes, you're typically going to see them either with a spin dial like this, and that simply moves this screw up and down and sets your base height, or it may have a flip lever that does the same thing, just levers a push pin into place, or another sort of adjustability. Another feature that you'll see are what's called folding controls, and that's where there's a hinge right about here where the whole thing can flip up like this on the end. That is for the track. That's for when you crash, it folds up out of the way, and you're not stuck on the side of the track with a bent up control that you can't use. You can get it back to the paddocks after a crash. For the street, it's just for looks. If you crash on the street, a bent control is the least of your worries, believe me. So we're going to go ahead and put these on, and to show you the difference, I have this adjusted all the way in, and I'm going to line it up here the same way the stock is, and this is the difference. That's not even all the way out. That's the difference in adjustability that you get. So from there to there, anywhere in between, you can set this. So that is absolutely perfect for just about every rider. I'm going to end up with it somewhere in the middle, right about there. That's about where I like it for the reach. With it in the stock setting, and this will go all the way out to here also, it's just hitting my fingertips. Now the other thing to consider is if you go with full size, which these are, or what are called shorties. And that completely depends on if you use 1, 2, 3, or 4 fingers for controlling your levers. And that's personal preference. One is not better than the other. They all have pros and cons. I use 3, and the 4th one just kind of hangs there, but I'm controlling the levers with 3. So I like and need full size control levers. Otherwise, if I got shorties, I would have my fingers hanging off into space because shorties are shorty. They come to like here. So that's personal preference. So I got these. I'm going to put them on. And on this bike, it's super easy. You simply, there's a nut on the bottom. We pull off this axle here. We disconnect the clutch cable, which just pulls out of its slot. And we pop in the new guy here. On this particular clutch cable, it has a new bearing or bushing, and they've got it zip tied here. The other one, the brake side, they have it pressed in. So some, you have to check your instructions, want you to reuse the bearing or bushing off your stock controls. So make sure you read your instructions and figure out what they want you to do there. I'm going to go ahead and swap it out. We'll see how it looks. Bada bing, bada boom. Now what you want to do is, on the clutch side, set your slack. Check your book spec for whatever your slack is supposed to be. I know from feel I'm looking for just a few millimeters there in free slack. And make sure you turn your controls all the way to both sides, because it will tighten up at the extremes, usually one way more than the other. Right there feels very good. So now, with this adjusted all the way in, it's actually a little short. So I now have adjustability, and we can turn this screw and set it anywhere we want. Now right there is pretty much like it was stock. So I'm going to go somewhere in between here. Each click on this is moving it about a millimeter in or out. Maybe one more. That feels real good right there. All right, I'm going to do the brake side. It's exactly the same thing. And that's it. Super easy to put on. Better controls, not only for looks, but functionality and to fit your hand. Maybe one more. That's better. That's so nice. Oh, so much better. That's the way it should be. All right, guys. Hope this helps somebody. See you next time.